Okay, I'm back at it again. Now, I'm using a full frame lens at 16 millimeters, which should give me a 1.5 crop at 4K 30, but it's at f4. So am I sharp? I can see the box around my face. I can see the box around my eyes. So it's doing great. This is the Z30, but I'm using the 14 to 30 full frame f4, and it's at f4. So how do I look? 1/60th of shutter speed, 5000 ISO. Can't believe it. But anyway, I think the color science looks much better now. I was too yellow in the previous video. Now it's at the right one. This is still a good lens. It's an S lens, 14 to 30. Yes, it's a variable aperture. Yes, it's 14 to 30. But still, it's a great lens. It's not the 2.8, but I'm not going to use it outside. I don't think it's weatherproof. I'm not sure about the S lenses. But anyhow, it's looking good. So this is the 14 to 30. I've already tried the DX lens. I had it at 18, but I wanted to match the Sigma f1.4. So this is a Z lens, Nikon. Excellent. It's good for the mirrorless. I just want to compare it to like the 16 millimeter f1.4 Sigma. So this is a close match. Everything looks good. So now I'm going to put on the kit lens, the 16 to 50, to see how that looks. And that's at a 3.5. So let's see what happens. Okay, folks, this is the kit lens, all right? But it's a DX model, so I look a little bit smaller than the full frame. But how do I look? Can you see a difference? Now, the reason why I put it at 16 millimeters, just to show off the Sigma f1.4, which I'll put on here also. But with the Z30, everything looks good. Hope my voice sounds good. It's at f4, 1/60th of shutter speed, 45 ISO on ISO. But anyway, how do I look? I can see the box around my face. If I get closer, I can see it on the eye. And I'm about 3 feet away. Well, maybe 4 feet. But how do I look? So anyway, if I can move it up a little bit. Let's see, there we go. Use the right one. So do I look better? This is a zoom lens. So what I'm testing is prime versus zoom lens. Is zoom lens good enough? This is compact with the 16 to 50. But I like using this lens, you know, for a travel lens. So this is the DX 18 to 140, which we'll try next. And then the last video I'll do on this is with the Z30 is the with the Megadap adapter ETZ11. I'll put the Sigma 16 millimeter f1.4 on here, and that way you can compare the color science and the clarity. That one is f1.4. So the reason why I haven't bought like let's say the F lens or whatever, because I do have the FTZ adapter and the number 2 also. So I like those better. But if you have the lens, you don't need to spend the money. And if the quality is still good, if it still autofocuses, why bother? But anyway, they got it f1.8. They don't have it in f1.4, f1.2, but I think they're just trying to get rid of the F-mount stock before they start doing the Z series. And with the supply shortages and stuff, this is what you have. So anyhow, let me try this one. Okay, this is at f4 also. Let me see if I can. Yeah, it's stuck there. I don't know why. Yeah, of course, it's the 18 to 140. But this is at 18 millimeters. And if I bring it up, how do I look? So this is 1/60th of shutter speed. This is all f4. 18-140. I don't think it's I think it's all f4. So this is a great lens. Usually you can do it up to f8. But if I can mess around with the, no, can't change it. I don't know. Anyway, it's 1/60th of shutter speed at f4, 5000 ISO. How do I look? I can see the box around my face, on my eyes. If I do this, is it focusing? So anyway, so this is the 18 to 140 millimeter. They look pretty good. So what I'm trying to show is prime versus zoom lens. The color science, if there's any coating on it, does it autofocus? You can't really trust the LCD screen, but I am looking at the box around the eye, the glasses, and then also the face. And looks like it's doing good. So the last test is with the Megadap ETZ11 adapter and the Sigma 16 millimeter f1.4 for the Sony E-mount, which I'll use that adapter to put it on this Nikon. So I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So, as always, I threw a wrench in here. This is the Sony EV-10 with this Sigma 16 millimeter f1.4. So now you're going to see the difference between the Sony and the Nikon. The wrench is, I didn't like the rabbit hair, or the cat hair, or whatever you call it, for the video, for the voice. And it gave me an echo, and I like the harmonic much better. So what I'm going to do is in this first part of the video on the Sony, I'm going to change the microphone to see if it sounds better. And then we'll put this 16 millimeter on the Z30, and then we can compare the images, see how it looks. So I'll be right back. Okay, now I hope this sounds better. I'm using the harmonic microphone, and this is now the Sigma f1.4 16 millimeter, 1/60th of a shutter speed in manual mode. How do I look? Do I look like I'm in focus? Hope I am. So I have it on a shorter tripod, the ZDO, but it looks pretty good. So a lot of people like the 16 millimeter, and they like vlogging with it. I think it's an excellent lens. It is a DX APS-C style lens. So, and we'll work with the Z30, the Z50, and a ZFC. If you have the right adapter, you know, the ETZ11 from Megadap, it should work. So just take a good look at this right now. It's on the Sony. This lens belongs on the Sony E-mount, and it's on the EV-10. So if it looks good, now we're going to compare it with the Z30. All right, how's the color science? Now I can't see my voice, but I think it's going. How do I look? 16 millimeter, and it says at f4. I don't know why it's at f4. And yeah, can't change it. So I'll end this video real quick and see if I can change the settings. Alright, I think I'm in focus. Yep, it's got my eye. So, I want to tell you something. F4 was in the settings and I couldn't change it in manual mode for some reason. But once I flipped the switch to aperture, I got it at f1.4, but then there's, when I put it in picture, or I mean program priority or shutter speed, I couldn't change it. So I went to the aperture and I went to f1.4. Okay, this is on the Z30. Then went back to manual. It stayed at f1.4, but the shutter speed went to 160. That's why I want it. So you have to finagle the Z30 a little bit. How do the color look? How does the, I can see the focus around the eyes. I can see it on the face. Let's see, move it a little bit like that. Yeah, so it's around the face block. But if I move it closer, now it's on the eye. If I move it in, it's on the eye. So it goes back and forth. I don't know if it's focusing or whatever, auto-focusing, but I should be clear. And I should look a lot better instead of less yellow. And if I look at it, it looks just right. So, anyhow, I hope this video helps. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me center it a little bit. Okay, now I'm centered. So, anyway, this is kind of like a part 2. It was just looking at the color science, the autofocusing, and I'm using the same lens with the Sony on the Z30. So let me know which one you like better. So this is at 1/60th at f1.4. Okay, so did it again, but you're now going to compare what I had just previously, Z30, compared to the EV-10. So this is 1/60th at f1.4. So if you like this content, please give me a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell for any upcoming videos. Any questions, just write in the comments below. And as always, stay safe, keep smiling. Until next time, goodbye.